Hey church, good to see you. I've got a special offer for you. It's a 2-for-1. We're in Zechariah 9, and this morning we're going to be in Zechariah 9 thinking about the king who comes on a donkey, and tomorrow we're going to be thinking about being a prisoner of hope. Let's read the first half. Zechariah 9:9. Rejoice greatly, daughter Zion. Shout, daughter Jerusalem. See, your king comes to you, righteous and victorious, lowly and riding on a donkey, on a colt, the fall of a donkey. I'm not going to talk about the triumphal entry. Graham Balderson's doing that next week. Very good already, so I don't want to spoil that. I'm not going to talk about being a daughter, which actually is awesome. If you think about it, so often we're told we are sons and heirs. You know, that's a very biblical picture, isn't it? Well, here we're told we are daughters of the King. Precious, protected, wonderful, amazing stuff. But I'm not going to talk about that either. I'm going to talk about being patient. I'm talking about it because it's not something I'm not very good at. I am part of the instant generation. It doesn't matter when you were born. Anybody who's alive now really is part of the instant generation. Especially if you're online, you can order it on Amazon and it comes tomorrow. It is amazing. We live in an instant world. But that's not a very good thing for the Christian, I don't think. I think we are called to be people of the long game. We are called to people who take the long view, that we see that God is at work, but it doesn't always happen instantly. Zechariah is writing 400-ish years before the birth of Jesus. The other prophecy about Jesus riding on a donkey is found way back when Solomon is crowned king, when he's anointed as king and he comes riding on a donkey. You see, Jesus is the son of David, the son of the great king. Prophecy, you see. Now, Zechariah writes 400 years before the birth of Jesus. If a prophecy hasn't been fulfilled for 400 years, does it mean it's false? Does it mean it's not real? Does it mean it doesn't come to pass? What about the words you've had over your life? You might have had promises for your children or your children's children. You might have had promises for your health or for your wealth. You might have had all sorts of stuff. And, you know, we have to be wise about prophecy. We have to ask, you know, did the person who was bringing this such as wishful thinking, is it just spiritual gobbledygook, or is it somebody who is trusted, who is godly, who has a track record of speaking truth? Can I trust this? And if you can, then you need to go, oh, and I think you can generally. You need to go, oh, okay, Lord, I'm going to be patient. You know, I'm not promising you a devotion that says God will now answer your prayers. You know, God will now answer those prophecies today. But I do think this is a prophetic word for you today that says God is faithful and he will bring to pass the things he has promised. That actually is a theme through Scripture. But we do need to hang on and we do need to take the long game. God is sometimes described as a 3-mile-an-hour God. You know, he goes at walking pace. I know we see him run in the prodigal son and all that, but generally we need to walk with him and we'll see the things he promises fulfilled. The problem is many of us give up. We give up on the things God has promised. We forget what he said and we walk away from them. I had a very specific prophecy about 4.5 years ago from a trusted leader in this city who said to me, been praying for you, Nick, I've got this thing for you. I won't tell you who, because I don't want you to go and quiz him about it. But he said to me, I believe the Lord is saying to you, if you get through this particular season, I will give you 2 generations of blessing. You know, for the church, amazing. But I was in a particularly tough season personally. We've gone through some changes in the church, and you know, and I was kind of asking, is this it, Lord? You know, is time up at the lane? Should you be moving me on? All that stuff. And then I get this very specific word. But the fulfillment of that will only come in time. I'll only see whether it was real in time. But I trust the one that it came from, and he trusts the one. Very important. So what I want to encourage you with, what I want you to devote your day to today, church, is thinking about what God has promised you and telling him, Lord, I trust you. I know you've said this. I know you will bring it to pass. And tomorrow we'll talk about being a prisoner of hope. Have a great day.